Hi, I'm so happy to be here with you again, spending this time with you every single week as we feel into the temperature of what the week ahead is here to show us. So, we've just had a full moon. That can bring up a lot of things. In other words, the light is shining on the things that need to be changed, how you need to change and evolve. You may be feeling this as well, in that there is just so much going on. You are overwhelmed with how much there is to go on, and things are out of your hands. There are there are big stories in the news. There are things that are just too big for you to have to handle. And you're just like overwhelmed with how much is going on. So you're being affected and influenced by the things that are going on the outside of you. It would be really interesting to know then how that feels in your body. Like when the pressure builds, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when um, things are just feeling cranky for you and you just can't get past. What are your go-tos? What do you normally do? This is often where addictions come in, and this is where like being overworking or eating or drinking or just running away from it all. So like people, over sporty, those kind of things as well. So when things are really, really going too much for you, when there's too much to handle, um, often you can find out, because I often ask, is this something to do with me? And I get, no, it's not. Is it something to do with what's going on planetarily? And like, yes, it's going on in the cosmos, it's going on for everybody. So that's when often I find that this is the best way to bring forward a message. And I'm being told that this message this week is really all about taking the temperature, finding out what's going on, but coming back to you. We have put so much attention out there into the big world, like looking what's going on in other countries, looking what's going on in outer space, looking what's going on. We were never meant to know quite so much. The news is great, the internet is great, but it's diluting everything and it's moving our focus out and out and out away from us. When the message is coming through from the dragons, from the universe, from, if you're into all of this, like we have to come back to us. We have to be more present in what's going on for us. But how can we be if all our attention is going on other people and blaming other people, watching the news, being judgmental, criticizing? So the message this week has come home to you. And this is what the cards are going to reflect for you. So if you haven't picked a number yet, then pick a number one, two, three, or four. And we're going to dive into that. Now, I know that I have had several times in my life when I've created something, when I've manifested something, but it hasn't come straight away. It's like it's taken me 2 years to sell a previous house. Um, and this house also is taking its own sweet time. But I did realize a few times that when things are really not going well for me, it's like, what's going on the inside of me? What's the story that I'm telling? What am I feeling about the situations? How can I bring that back to me? How can I really take charge of that? And not blame the agents or blame someone else, or what is it about me that isn't manifesting this? Sometimes it's just you just need to make a decision. Are you actually ready to leave the house? Um, so when nothing was shifting for me, I realized that the world responds to me. Okay. And the phase I was in was one that wasn't quite ready for a big change just yet. So one of the phrases that often comes up for me at that time is, I'm the only one who can change this. If I'm the only one who can change this, what story am I telling? What am I repeating in my head? What am I focusing on? Am I chaotic? Am I all out there? Am I not really focusing on it at all? Have I not made the decision inside my body? This house is sold. I'm moving forwards. So when I decided to do that for a previous house, I'd made a decision, right, I'm actually ready now. I can actually sell this house. I can move forward. I feel safe. I can move forward. I started telling a different story in my house and I visualized it and I saw it and I felt it. So this is how I was manifesting something. I could see the house. It's all boxed up. I could feel the house. It's not my house anymore. I could start doing things in a different way, taking a different temperature on things. So the house wasn't mine anymore. It was going to go and someone else was going to hand the keys over to someone else. I was moving out. I could feel what it was going to feel like when I moved out of the house. and I felt safe to move on. I had to follow the signs. So when I started feeling this, believing this, visualizing this, saying this in my mind, this was my story, this is how I was telling it, things started to change. I got a sign from the universe, from my soul, make a sign, make a sign, paint it white, stencil on your telephone number, à vendre, put that outside, for sale. In 3 days, I had somebody looking around the house and they bought it like that. Most of us believe that we can't do something, we can't manifest something, but have you ever tried? Have you tried manifesting your business? Have you tried changing the story? Have you tried, you know, doing something differently? I have had so much evidence of when things change is because I changed on the inside. So the theme this week, come back to you. Um, the visions, the thoughts, the feelings that you hold in you, you are the one that manifests. You are the medium. You are the barometer. You are the transmission and the receiver. So I had the message over the weekend to remind you that last week was about freedom. And freedom means that you're coping with life really, really well. Your nervous system is A-OK. You are managing, you are thinking straight, you are focusing on what you need to focus on. These are all the messages from the dragons of how we evolve into this next phase, this new human, this multidimensional human. How do we do that? Coping mechanism. Breathe. Really, really just get back to your breath. Just concentrate just for a minute during the day, several times during the day. Where's my breathing? Because if I can feel that you are holding your breath, or if I can feel that you're crunched up and crunched up in your stomach, other people will feel that too, and they will be repelled by that energy because they're like, oh my God, there's so much pressure here. I've got enough pressure in my own life. I don't need to speak to someone else with pressure. Come back and be calm and be absolutely certain and focused in on what it is that you want to manifest. Pull back your focus. Pull it back from the news. Pull it back from what's going on the other side of the world. Pull it back beyond your scope of being able to control anything. Pull it back to the hemisphere. Pull it back to your continent. Pull it back to your country. Pull it back to your town. Pull it back to your street. Pull it back to your house. Pull it back to the people in your house. Pull it back to you. Moment and moment and moments within the day, when you go to the toilet, when you're alone, when you're in your car, where are you? Pull it back to you. Then clear the room. Just say, like, no one else is in my thoughts. No one else is doing anything. I'm going to be really, really selfish for this next few minutes. I'm just only going to focus on myself. What are the things that I want to manifest? Notice how that lands in your body. Now, I'm offering a reset because I can read what's going on in you and I can feed that back to you. I want to give you a chance to alter your story, give you a diagnosis of what's going on in you, like when I can feel it, what are the stories that you're telling. If you are, in business, if you're in life. So I'll feed that back and I'll be the barometer. I'll feed that back to you, like, what are you repelling and what are you attracting? Manifest Your Business and Life is a VIP 12-month opportunity. You have a half day for me to really, really get into you and find out what's going on. And then you've got a whole year, alternate weeks, to really have channeled guidance coming through for you to understand, what do I need to change now? What other stories need to change? How can I manifest my health? How can I manifest that? It's a year's opportunity to come in and do that. If this is of interest to you, DM me and I will absolutely get back to you, and we can start your half day right now. And we can start you manifesting things that you didn't even think were possible. You'd be amazed when you change your story, change how you're feeling, how your whole life changes. And, the circumstances that were troubling you don't trouble you anymore. We're going to dive into the readings from the dragons. These are all the messages that came through from the dragons. I'll put this link for this book down below as well. Interview with the Dragon. I had 8 interviews with this particular dragon, and she has taught me how you manifest, how you evolve, and you become your feeling being. You can start putting things into action. The cards then came from those messages, so that's what we're going to call out right now. So, let's move into card number one. If you are somebody who chose card number one, the theme again this week is absolutely perfect. It is come back to you. One of the main things that I'm always saying to the people that I know, come back to you, come back to you, bring it back to yourself. Know where you are with your own body, how you feel, what you think. Know yourself better than anyone else. So let's see the messages that come through. My look at all it. Woo, one flipped out so fast. Absolutely. Right. Okay. So we have card number one, which is Tara. Tara number nine. Let's see what she has to say for us this week. Nothing is ever coincidence. Okay, so nothing is ever a coincidence. So Tara is card number one this week. A whole new perspective. Turn things around 180 degrees in your story. Now, isn't that what we're talking about? So, don't you love this? It is so easy to slip into a numb state and depend on another for direction, following someone else's direction because they seem to have all the answers to what you need and what you want. Yet you have all the answers within you. Only you would make a choice to seek them out. Be open and able to listen, and then become the only one that you need to follow, that you need to depend on from now on. Yet the Dragon Clan, can see your resistance to your own powerful energy of creation. So this goes back to what I was saying just a second ago, that you don't believe that you can do it. I want to assure you that you can. If you spend enough time in my energy, you will be able to do this as well. There is simply no benefit from having given all your power away to someone else. None. Letting someone give you the answers, tell you what to do, looking at yourself for all your best solutions. So all of that will bring you steadily and steadily off course. The love for life and the creative power that emanates from you when you are aligned with your true self and soul has an effect on everyone and everything around you. Imagine that you are in, I don't know what you want to call it, the God zone, if you're in your soul zone, if you're in the conduit, as I call it, the whole world around you changes. If you can feel so happy, if you just feel really in love with life, if you're in awe, if you're, remarking on the resplendent life around you, you're really, really loving your existence. Can you imagine that the whole world around you will start to respond very, very differently? And this is what these sessions are all about. So get you every single, pull you up from the bones, pull you up by the shoestrings to really find out where are you feeling, what are you thinking, and how you can change that around. If there is resistance to this perspective of living and being, knowing yourself, it is completely from your head. The resistance is from your head because you think, I can't do that. I've never done that before. And where you are habitually giving your power away. It is a simple pattern that you've got into for the purpose of your own survival, and it has worked for you for a while. These old ways of not trusting your own judgment and breaking down, this spell is being lifted off you so that you can break through and create your own reality. Now, more and more of you realize that the power lies in each individual. And I'm going to stop that there, although there's a little bit more to that message. This is really, really, really delightful. It's great to spend this time with you. It's great to have you understand these particular messages as they land. And hopefully you take them all into your body. You understand how they feel in your body. What Tara's saying to you is you can flip your life around. You can flip anything around and you start to think about it in a different way. I've seen people, when I used to be a detox and weight loss coach, lose half their body weight because they changed the story in their head. I've seen people double their income because they've changed the story in their head. It is that powerful. So, Tara, thank you very much for message number one this week. Let's let's choose message number two. Okay, message number two. Maila ilo kura ba ilara. And another flip tail. They're fastly flipping out aligned. Okay, so Serafina is card number two. Aligned to the energy, you're a powerful conductor of energy. So we're talking about being in the conduit. So let's go and read number eight. Okay, Serafina. Serafina, card number two this week. Highlighting what is coming up for you this week, taking the temperature on what needs to shift within you so that you can manifest and create your own reality. Aligned to the energy, you're a powerful conductor of energy. So align, but you have to come back to yourself first. Come home, come home, come home. You've been through an era of seriousness, survival, and this has got you very stuck in a routine and trying to work things out, struggling, thinking and over-analyzing every little thing. You are far too precious to be continuing to struggle like this. This is the time to align with the playfulness, the fun, the pleasure, and knowing that you're a powerful conductor of energy, which is needed to bring about your creations. You don't go into that as much as you could. No, you don't. Even myself, I'm just noticing, I know what to do, but for some things, I just get stuck. And this is why it's so brilliant, because this is why over a year you will see as a VIP, mastering your own life, manifesting your own life. There's so many little things that get cleared out, so many things that come to the surface, so many things that you just, oh my God, I didn't even realize I was still doing it with that. Because we will be doing this for the rest of our lives. We will be upgrading. You are a very powerful energy conductor. You feel energy, you produce and circulate energy. Just like the trees on the planet, you're a similar conduits and conductors of energy. You are, in fact, no different from the trees, as you have access to tremendous power when you go down and grounding into the roots. Your body is a conductor and acts like a barometer of this energy. You complete the circuit and the energy goes through you up to the sky and loops up into the sky, into the cosmos, into the galactical beings, your soul, God. And then it loops down through you as the conductor back down into earth, sharing information, sharing frequencies, raising frequencies all the time, moving energy from earth through your core back up to the heavens and back into the galaxies and beyond. All of this coming through you. That's why you need to take care of you first. Using your imagination, you can alter and playfully change your character and develop a character of who you want to be in the next phase of your life. This is telling a new story, creating a new identity. This is a strong practice that you can add in so many details to this character that you really want to see yourself become. To see, imagine, and feel that you can be this character will be the next phase of your life in which we will bring about the change that you want to happen. It's all a game of aligning and directing your energy that circulates like a living current inside you. It's a game of changing the energy of how you feel. It's a game of changing the energy frequency. It's a game of changing how you think. And to keep upgrading how you feel and think and keep practicing. Add in more details. What else would be fun and pleasurable for you? It's a matter of playtime, playfulness, stepping into what you want to be, acting that character out. You pick the character and you be the character. Serafina, thank you very much for message number two this week. So let's click on and get into the third card this week. So don't forget, I'm offering some VIP slots in May, my birthday month, May. So that's why I'm offering these VIP, slots, because there's nothing better than having someone else accompany you as you change your story, as you understand how aware you are being, as you understand the soul interventions, as you understand, oh my God, I just created that. If it was something good, awesome. If it's something bad, it's like, well, yeah, that was the story you were telling and that's how you were feeling. So these three VIP slots are available in May because it is my month and they're a great reduced price. So jump on board and do something absolutely amazing and life-changing for yourself and come along and manifest your business, manifest the life around you and just enjoy, put more fun into everything. The phrase is like, oh, wouldn't it be fun if? Wouldn't it be fun if? And make that one of your staple requests. Card number three. The theme this week, come back to you. Find your soul. Be back in your heart. Be in the conduit. Okay, number 48. 48. And guess who is she is talking about, having fun and doing everything and being light-hearted about everything. This is the perfect card. When we're talking about being fun, wouldn't it be fun if, this is the perfect card, the perfect dragon that comes through. She's all about fun, all about pleasure, all about living the life that you really, really enjoy. So here we go. Bloom, freedom, which is the lesson from last week, how we cope with life really, really well. Feel the free flow of life force energy in every cell and movement and thought. Come back to you. Be aware of your thoughts, have better feelings in your body. Start creating and manifesting from that. It is interesting, this view that humans have, with all its variations and manifestation, as something that has the need for solid, reliable foundations, walls, boundaries, imposed limitations. It needs to be made constant, reliable, consistent to support you. So your life looks as though it has become still and serious and static. Imagine doing something wild and crazy and not even living in your house, like moving around, traveling around, being a nomad. It looks like you're hanging onto the sides of the swimming pool when in real term all life moves and grows and weaves and changes and flows, expands and loops and flourishes. This is so about Bloom. She is like this untamed, massive camellia bush that has never been pruned or told not to be so big or not told to be so pink or not told to be in any way, shape, or form. She is truly and utterly who she came here to be. The world around you is made of life force energy, an energy that is a pulsing vibration, a frequency, and a wave that moves constantly. The flow of life is movement, yet you are still sitting in still meditation at your desk, in your chair, waiting for divine inspiration to save you. The world and all the energy around you and inside you has become static, still, and stagnant, when the opposite of what is needed right now. The energetic field is not static. It is freely moving field. It is energy, so it moves and it is static. It will become breaking down, rotten and brittle. It'll snap and it will crack. So the movement is very necessary. All the moves that you can flow are requested to be integrated, all the ups and downs and all the sideways, all the back to fronts and upsides down, the ins and outs and the circles. Energy is like a circular cellular membrane. It pulses and adjusts like a dance. If it helps to see energy as a jelly or a net or a different color, that might help you. You can see it moving as a current, running and pulsating through you. And you get that current moving, you are asked to go beyond simple walking or even running in a straight line. You'll start to be more ecstatic and imaginative in your thoughts, in your creations, in how you want to live life. That is how you get your energy moving and how you manifest from now on. Yes, so you're being called to feel the ecstatic life force energy running through you in your very core, running this energy into your mind, into the cell, and flowing this as a personal expression and aligning with that, the pulsations, listening to the pulse and the frequency that you have, which is like an energetic note and a unique rhythm, tone, and music. Now, that's either attracting towards you or repelling away from you. So The theme this week is coming home to you. Come home. Know yourself before you start trying to analyze and look at and think about and complain and, blame on the outside world. Know yourself. Come back to you. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling? Is it mine? Ooh, it's not mine. Right, well, I don't need to feel it then. If it's not mine, it's nothing to do with me. Do I need to know about this? Or get you no, I don't need to know anything about this. Play playfully, wear more colours, do more bright, sparkly things, have more joy in your life, raise your frequency. You will look younger and you will look more vibrant when you start living like this. This is Bloom's message to you this week. So that was card number 3. Thank you very much, Bloom. And we will now move on to card number 4. If you have anything going on in your life, if you have soul interventions, if you feel that things are going on in your life, things are going off, earth issues that you can't get a hold of, you don't know how to manage them, think about how you have created that. Think about having a conversation, for example, with me, like, how do I change my story? How do I do this differently? How do I create my business differently? How do I double my clientele? How do I lose half my body weight? How do I do this by changing my own story, coming back to me and using myself as the creator? A new story, a new energy, a new feeling. It's all on the inside of you. And this week's theme is really all about come back to you. Before you start putting a new diet on there, changing your way you do things, bring it back to yourself first and look at your thoughts, look at your feelings, and start having those internal changes and shifts within you. The most beautiful thing is when you see someone change and you think, what have they done differently? They look so different. Everything's working out really, really well for them now. Like, how did this happen? What did they do? Undoubtedly, they changed their story inside. I have a lady and she's done a testimonial for me on my profile page. She said, I hold you solely responsible for the upturn in my business. Because without you seeing and hearing what I was saying, without you listening, without you telling me what I was saying and how that was affecting my business, I would never have changed the story within inside my head. I would never have changed the story and how I felt about certain people and certain things. So I hold you solely responsible for changing the way I think and changing the way I speak about my own business. And therefore her business grew. Her business really steadily grew after that. You have no idea the power that you've got. Card number 4. Let's go into card number 4 and keep that theme running and see what the best thing would be for you to do this week if you've chosen card number 4. Like every incremental step you can imagine. There we go. And Sovereign has flipped out of the deck on the top. Yeah, don't you love that? Sorry, I snorted. Number 33. Okay, you have absolutely got to, you've absolutely got to love this particular dragon. She's sovereign. And the message this week is all about coming back to you. Come home. Stop looking at everything that's going on in the outside world. Bring it back to you. Bring it back to your street. Bring it back to your home. Bring it back to your family. Bring it back to you. When you're alone, how am I feeling? What's going on for me? How are you? How are you? Sovereign, card number 33. Integration is at the depth of everything you become whole. As you become your sovereign self, as you allow your soul to come all the way through, as you allow yourself to lean back into your soul and say, oh my God, I so want to feel that. I so want to feel everything is working out well for me. Lean into her. This is the message from Sovereign this week. Your rich, evocative senses are calling you. All of them are using every means possible to call you to remember, reminding you that you are soul. When you have reunited with your body, your mind, and yourself as soul, you will have been bringing all of yourself beautifully back together. How you feel, how you think. You are the soul. We, the Dragon Clan, want to remind you, and it is well worth explaining, that this has never been done before. that humanity evolves in such a way to be connected and seeing and operating as their soul. While still in the flesh and bones physical body, living a day-to-day life on earth, albeit the earth issues can be rather chaotic. That is why previous evolved humans needed to isolate themselves. Think about all the gurus we know. Like they went and isolated themselves for a certain amount of time in order to experience and get acquainted with this high level of vibration. Your energy and sovereign state is everything from now on, and you get to consciously and completely attend to your energetic state first. Come home to you. It is quite a step to take and to live with one foot in each world, where you're attempting to expand your vibration and that you're experiencing living gracefully, integrating your mind, your body, your soul, and still have the foot in the world as a human, needing to know the world as a spirit. When you are still parents, workers, colleagues, because you're always going back to the lower vibrations, you're always having your focus taken to the outside world. What's on the news? What's on the internet? What's someone else doing? Rather than dealing with yourself first. It's doable, and you can put the filter around yourself and the lower vibrations, taking away the negativity. And there's a majority of the population that will never, ever get there. You will be a very sensitive, conscious, joyous being when you reach what's on the other side. Please ask for the assistant that exists for you. Ask via your soul and communicate to the souls of others in the vibrational ways you can send out your request. What is going on in your subliminal messaging? What's going on in your attention for your life, your intention for your business, your intention for your family? What's your vision? When we look at the souls connected to their human beings, we see a tube of light. From each sided person, like a lighthouse, like a clear channel from head to toe, reaching far into the sky and reaching down deep into the earth. This is when the mind, the body, the soul are aligned, when you've come back home to you with your life force energy and knowing that we are all connected, when we're working together. And it's a practice to home in and feel just perfect. The body is acting as your barometer and internally responds to this powerful connection. And it feels like you are taller, stronger, stretched somehow. You feel sovereign when you are connected. Your belly contracts and you feel tethered from below in the earth and safe and supported with strong foundations. And you know that you have reached above you and that you are held and supported. You are honored and so loved and cherished. Most of you don't realize that when you are connected, you are being felt and you are being supported by your soul and higher dimensional beings. Thank you so much, Sovereign. So this is a very, very interesting time on Earth, and this is what we were born for. As one who has been born for this particular time on Earth, you chose to come here at this particular time to be on Earth with these massive changes that are occurring. That means you are being asked to change, you're being asked to evolve, you're being asked to break the spell and break through. And now these are all the messages that come through from the dragons. In this interview with the dragon, she talks about that a lot. You chose to be here. So, well, how are we going to deal with that? How are we going to evolve? How are we going to move our way forwards? How are we going to manifest things that work for us? We're going to manifest when we start changing the story inside our head. We're going to manifest when we start feeling different about things and not getting so stuck and rigid in our thoughts. This is the way that we start manifesting and putting things out there, changing the lives around us, changing our fortunes, changing our health. That's how we manifest. The best way is to have an accompaniment, somebody to accompany you as you are changing the stories in your head. These 3 VIP slots that I've got, they help you to understand, I didn't really realize I was thinking that. What do I need to think instead? How do I need to do this differently? How do I change my frequency? How do I change my story? And then being held accountable for keeping that story going one day at a time, just keeping the story going, making sure that you are doing your best to change what you're thinking, change the way you look at the world, change the way you feel about things, change the way about, I've made a decision. That's what I'm doing. Because what I'm doing is I'm feeling and I'm being given guidance and channeling to feel into you what's possible, what's the best that you can expect, what the best that you think that you can do this week. How are you looking at your business and how can we change it? These VIP slots in manifesting your life, manifesting your business are here for you this month. I'm super, super, super stoked to offer you these manifest your business and life sessions. They are revolutionary. If people are saying to me, I hold you solely accountable for doubling my income, I'm holding you solely responsible for, halving my body weight because you've changed the story in your head. I hold you solely responsible for changing the relationship that that just changed the whole way my family looks at me and how we all relate and communicate with each other. Don't hold me responsible. I just held the energy for you, held the space for you so that you could change the story yourself. You are the creator. You change the story in your head. You change how you feel about things and then watch the world around you evolve. It is absolutely blissfully magical to be able to see and watch this happen for people. So have a look at the link below for the Manifest Your Life. These messages this week are all about coming back to you. Coming back to you is the best thing that you can do instead of putting all your attention on the outside world. Too much attention goes on the outside world. You are pulled from every single angle. You will feel like I'm spread so thin, I don't know what I'm doing. You need to speak to yourself. You need to bring yourself and calm your nervous system down so that you are managing things really, really well. And that means that you are manifesting. You're managing things well on the inside. You're managing things in your thoughts. You're managing things as you feel things. This is absolutely the most amazing, pristine way of looking at how life can change for you. So take the messages you got this week, start implementing the messages, start implementing the incremental steps, and watch life change for you. Thank you so much for being here. I love doing these messages. They help me as much as they help you. Let's just get together every now and again. Let's make sure that we're working on ourselves. Let's make sure that we're making a massive difference, listening to the guidance as it comes through. Don't forget my story about how I changed my living conditions when my house wouldn't sell. That is a massive, massive plus. You can do this too. Manifesting isn't just for a few. Changing your own reality isn't just for, a few people. You can do this. You can do this with your business. You can do this with your health. You can do this with your relationships, selling your house like I did, or, so many different things. You get to do that. And you are the one in control. You're the one with the power to change certain things in your own life. If you don't know what stories or what you should be saying instead, then let me know and I will help you out with that. And if you don't know how you're feeling, if you just don't know how to sort of get the feelings or the visions or, imagine those things, then again, just get in touch with me and we'll pull a card. We'll feel into what you're feeling, the stories that you're telling, and we will help you break through because no one should be left with the pressure of still thinking and struggling with their life anymore. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you again next week. Let me know how these cards landed for you, how everything's working out for you, and I will see you again next week. But talk to me during the week. Let me know how things are landing. It's not like, oh yeah, listen to it and then not do anything about it. This is how we move forwards into the next phase of the planet. Thank you very much for being here. I love you to the moon and back. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You don't know how powerful you are.